Capricorn, this is not just another astrology update. This is a psychic red flag disguised as a new moon hangover, and it hits hardest between May 25 and 28. Someone close to you, someone with the letter D in their name, is draining your energy, messing with your head, and slowly sabotaging your progress. Not in a dramatic, obvious way. No, this is quiet, subtle, calculated. They're wearing the mask of support. But behind the scenes, their energy is pulling you off track. You're thinking slower, doubting yourself more, missing signs that used to feel clear. And worst of all, you feel guilty for questioning them. That's not coincidence. That's energetic sabotage. This week, the cosmos are in a chaotic echo chamber. We're still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Emotions are raw from the May 27 new moon, and Mars is stirring restlessness, impatience, and misplaced anger. This means people are reacting, not thinking. And if someone in your circle is secretly jealous, emotionally chaotic, or energetically misaligned, they'll leak that energy directly into your goals, your wallet, and your mental clarity. And here's the wild part. They might not even know they're doing it, but your chart does, your intuition does, your body does. That uneasy, tired, cloudy feeling isn't random. It's your system saying, protect yourself. Capricorn, listen closely. If you ignore this energy, you risk losing more than momentum. You could lose actual money, miss a critical decision window, or sabotage your next move. But if you catch it now, you take your power back. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you the signs you've been ignoring. Capricorn, May 25th to 28 isn't just another weekend. It's a storm building quietly, and you're standing right in the middle of it. Here's the truth. The new moon in Gemini hits on May 27th, but its energetic pressure builds days before and lingers after. And this one isn't soft. This Gemini new moon targets your 6th and 12th house axis, the part of your chart that rules mental patterns, hidden enemies, routine, and energetic leaks. And here's where it gets risky. This is the pressure buildup. Restlessness, sleep disruption, strange dreams, tech issues, unfinished convos all intensify. You may feel you're on edge for no reason, but there is a reason. Your intuition is pinging, and more importantly, someone close is reacting to your shift. They don't like it, but they're not saying it. They're leaking that discomfort into every conversation, and you're absorbing it. This is the tipping point. The Gemini new moon is all about thoughts, words, habits, and distractions. It brings clarity, but only if you're willing to sit with the discomfort first. But for Capricorns, this new moon is extra dangerous. Why? Because your logical brain can miss subtle energy attacks. You'll overthink instead of feel, and that's the trap. This new moon cracks open 3 vulnerable areas. Mental overload. Gemini rules the mind. Expect rapid thoughts, memory glitches, second-guessing, and unfinished tasks. You'll question yourself more than usual, especially if you've been confiding in someone with shaky loyalty. Watch for the D energy here. Invisible energy leaks. Someone near you is draining you without saying a word. They ask how you're doing, then interrupt. They offer advice that makes you feel smaller. They make you feel like you're being too much just for having ambition. Trust boundaries. Under attack because of Mars in Cancer, emotions run high, but are hidden behind smiles. People won't lash out directly. They'll gaslight with kindness. They'll shift blame. They'll make you feel guilty for leveling up. Capricorn, this isn't paranoia. It's pattern recognition, and if you ignore it, you'll delay key money moves, miss intuitive hits, feel drained for no visible reason. But if you face it, you'll cut the cord and regain mental power instantly. You've been moving up, but not everyone is clapping for you, and this new moon doesn't just reveal your path, it reveals who shouldn't walk it with you. Ready for the reveal? Let's talk about the person whose name, or energy, starts with D. Because what they're doing feels like love, But the results say otherwise. Let's get clear, Capricorn. This isn't a witch hunt, it's a wake-up call. The person with the letter D in their first name, last name, or even a nickname isn't necessarily evil, but they're vibrating low. And their energy? It's leaking into yours, sometimes. D stands for Daniel, Dana, Darius, D, Denise, Don, Dahlia, or just D in your contacts list. Other times, it's a middle name, a work buddy, a cousin, a casual friend who always jokes too much. Here's how it works. They aren't yelling, they're not slamming doors, they're smiling while draining you. You mention something exciting, a promotion, a side hustle, a breakthrough. They nod and say, "I just want what's best for you." Then their words twist. You feel tired or confused after speaking to them, not annoyed, not angry, just foggy. That's the first clue. Their energy doesn't clash, it clings, and it pulls you off balance, Sue. They bring up the past to limit your future. You're planning something bold. They'll say, "Remember last time you tried something like that?" Or, "You were never the type to take risks." That's not caution. That's subtle control. They make success sound like arrogance. You finally share a win and they say, "Don't get cocky," or "Must be nice being lucky." No congrats, no real joy for you. Just shade wrapped in sarcasm. Let's be real. That's not concern, that's resentment. You told them you signed a new client, you were glowing. It mattered. And they replied, "Hope you're not overcommitting again. You always do this." You didn't just hear it. You felt your energy drop 10 degrees. That wasn't support, that was energetic sabotage, because you're grounded. You rely on logic. You give people time. And most importantly, you're loyal. So when someone plants these little seeds of doubt, you don't run. You double down, you try harder. You explain yourself. But listen, explaining your success to someone who's quietly competing with you is a trap. They don't want clarity, they want control. And when someone doesn't clap for you, they're telling you what side they're on. Believe them. This isn't about fights, this is about frequency interference. They plant doubts, you water them, you start questioning your pace, your timing, your worth. That's how this works. Quiet, slow, effective. And here's the scariest part. Sometimes it's someone you love, someone you've defended, someone who says, "I'm proud of you," through clenched teeth. You might already know who it is. Maybe you've been denying it because you don't want to believe they do that. But the chart says otherwise. The transits don't lie. And your body already knows. You might already know who it is. But in the next part, I'll show you what happens if you don't act fast, because this new moon window closes soon, and if you don't set a boundary by then, you'll pay for their fear with your momentum. Let's talk consequences next. Stay sharp, Capricorn. Let's cut to the truth, because this part hurts the most. When you keep someone in your circle who's draining you, especially during a new moon energy window like May 25-28, you start to notice a slow shift. Not all at once, bit by bit, and it starts in the mind. You stop trusting your gut. Simple decisions become overthinking spirals. Your routine feels harder. Your vision blurs. And the worst part, you'll blame yourself. You'll think, "I'm just burned out. I need more discipline. I'm slipping." But no, you're being energetically jammed. Capricorns are built for momentum. When you hesitate, you stall your own blessings. That email you didn't send, that job you didn't apply for, that gut feeling you ignored, all signs clouded by someone else's static. They didn't yell, "Don't go." They just sowed the tiniest doubt. Are you sure this is the right time? Don't overextend. You're already doing a lot. Subtle, smooth, but deadly to your flow. This part will sting. You feel more drained while they seem oddly fine, maybe even thriving. Why? Because they're feeding off your spark. You're the battery, they're the charger, and you're powering their confidence while yours dims. The universe sees it, and here's the truth. The universe will not keep handing you blessings if you keep giving them to people who don't deserve them. This delay you feel, the frustration, the blocked flow, The stagnancy, it's not punishment. It's not failure, it's protection. It's your spirit guide saying, before we take you to the next level, we need you to stop bringing sabotage along for the ride. You need to clean house, clear energy, make space. That's why things feel heavy. That's why you're not moving the way you should be. You're trying to drag people through doors that were only meant for you. They're feeding off your spark. But the universe will only wait so long before giving that spark to someone else. The energy shift is here. The door opens May 27th under the new moon. You don't need to slam it shut on anyone, but you do need to stop holding it open for the wrong one. Next, I'll show you how to pull back quietly without drama or guilt. Capricorn, if you're wondering why someone close is able to get under your skin so easily, this is it. They've figured out your pressure points. And they don't even need to press hard. Just a light nudge, a comment here, a tone shift there. They know what makes you loyal. They know what makes you second guess. They know your real weakness is your strength. This is the number one door they walk through. Capricorns are built for long-term bonds. History matters to you. Time earns trust. So when someone you've known since college, childhood, or your lowest moment starts acting weird, you hesitate to call it what it is, toxic. You say, they've just been through a lot. They don't mean it like that. They were there for me once. But here's the truth. Being part of your past doesn't earn them a pass to wreck your future. Capricorns, don't mess around. You have goals, schedules, plans, and when you start getting into alignment, early mornings, clean boundaries, long work hours, this person starts poking holes. You used to be more fun. Everything's work with you now. Why are you acting so cold lately? Translation: they miss the version of you that was easier to control. They don't want the upgraded you. They want the softer, stretched thin, emotionally accessible you. Because that version was easier to influence. The more aligned you get, the more they'll try to emotionally reset the power dynamic. You think you're better now? You're too busy. For people like us. Wow, you're really different lately. And what they're really saying is, I liked it better when you were struggling. When you hit new levels of power, some people don't clap. They flinch. They get quiet. They change. Because your rise makes them reflect on their stagnancy, and they don't want to do that work, so they turn it back on you. Here's what it sounds like in real life. Guilt. You never have time for me anymore. Doubt. Are you sure this new plan is realistic? Emotional pressure. I guess I'm just not good enough for your new life. And if you're not grounded, you'll start to soften. You'll pull back on your goals. You'll answer calls you didn't want to take. You'll go to the dinner, stay too long, leave drained. Every single time, this person doesn't respect your boundaries. They take your growth personally. And now they're trying to pull you back to where they felt comfortable with you. That's not love. That's fear wearing a familiar face. They confuse your boundaries for betrayal, but hear this loud. You owe them nothing. Not now, not ever. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to pull away quietly without starting a war. Because not every battle is worth fighting. Some are won simply by walking away first. Capricorn, when you realize someone is quietly draining your energy and holding back your growth, the natural reaction might be to confront them, explain yourself, or seek some kind of closure. But here's the truth. You don't need closure, you need peace. Pulling back doesn't mean cutting someone off in a dramatic way. It's not about revenge or making them feel bad. Think of it as energy hygiene, a way to protect your space and your future without creating unnecessary conflict. Here's the practical way to do it. Reduce calls and texts. You don't have to ghost them or block them immediately. Start by simply responding less often. Let conversations end naturally. If they reach out repeatedly, keep your replies short, neutral, and non-committal. Don't explain the vibe shift. You're not obligated to justify your distance. Explaining your reasons can drag you back into emotional battles or give them more chances to manipulate you. Silence on the why is your best friend here. Stay neutral. When they try to provoke a reaction, anger, guilt, or confusion, don't engage. No explanations, no defenses, no apologies. Just keep your tone calm and your responses brief. This will signal that you're not a source of emotional fuel anymore. This isn't about being cold or unkind. It's about protecting your energy so you can focus on what matters most: your growth, your peace, your success. Here's a mindset shift that will help you keep this boundary clear. You don't cut people off, you just stop giving them keys to your future. That means you don't have to burn bridges or declare war. You're simply choosing who you invite to share your path forward. If someone keeps bringing you down, you don't owe them access to your energy, your time, or your plans. And here's what happens once you step back. You'll start to notice it almost immediately. Your mind feels clearer. You stop second-guessing yourself. Your focus sharpens. Your motivation returns. You attract people who support rather than drain you. Pulling back isn't a sign of weakness or failure. It's a powerful act of self-care and self-respect. And for Capricorn, who values discipline and progress, it's one of the smartest moves you can make. So keep it simple. Less contact, no explanations, neutral energy. Protect your peace quietly and watch how your life starts to shift in the best ways. Once you've pulled back from that draining energy, Capricorn, you'll notice the changes fast. It's like a weight lifts off your shoulders, and suddenly everything feels sharper, clearer, and more in your control. First, your thinking becomes clearer. When you're not clouded by someone else's doubts or negativity, your mind has space to breathe. Decisions that felt complicated before now seem straightforward. You stop overthinking every move because your intuition gets louder, and you trust it again. Motivation comes back strong. That tired, stuck feeling fades, replaced by a fresh drive. You start waking up with goals in mind, not worries. The fire to build, grow, and succeed reignites. You remember why you started on your path in the first place. Your choices become more aligned with your true self. Without the constant noise of someone's limiting beliefs, you can focus on what really matters to you. Your dreams, your values, your money. This clarity lets you spot opportunities faster and say no to what doesn't serve you. Speaking of money, finances start to flow again. When your mind is clear and your energy is strong, your financial decisions improve. You stop second-guessing investments or spending. Instead, you make confident moves that bring growth, stability, and rewards. Your wallet feels the shift just as much as your mindset. You also attract better relationships. People who respect your space, lift you up, and match your energy come into your life naturally. These connections don't drain you, they energize you. They celebrate your wins instead of hiding their own fears behind your success. Think of it like a glow-up, but not just on the outside. Your power didn't go away while you were around that toxic energy. It was just hiding under their shadow. The moment you step out from under it, your light shines brighter than ever. The second you stop carrying them, you move faster, freer, smarter. This is the freedom Capricorn deserves. You don't have to carry the weight of others' doubts or sabotage. When you let go of that burden, you open the door to a clearer, stronger, more successful you. So don't be surprised if things start clicking into place after you pull back. Your energy will shift. Your focus will sharpen. Your results will speak for themselves. Because sometimes the best way forward is simply stepping away from what holds you, Capricorn. Here's the final truth you need to hold on to. This isn't personal. What you're feeling, the distance you're creating, it's all about energy. It's about protecting your space, your mind, your heart from being drained by someone who isn't supporting your growth. Sometimes people aren't ready to grow with you, and that's okay. If they do, they'll meet you later, stronger and more aligned. But if they don't, it's not your job to pull them forward or carry their weight. Your job is to protect your peace. You're not being cold by stepping back. You're being clear. You're not being rude. You're being real. Choosing peace over proximity is one of the strongest things you can do for yourself. Wishing them well from a distance shows your maturity. It's not bitterness or anger. It's acceptance. You accept that some people will walk different paths, and that's part of life. Remember, you deserve relationships that fuel you, not drain you. People who celebrate your wins, respect your boundaries, and cheer for your rise. When you clear space in your life, you make room for those connections. So, hold your ground, Capricorn. Protect your energy. Keep moving forward with confidence. And if you're ready to stand up for your peace right now, comment below. Tag the Zodiac sign you're done shrinking for. Let's show the universe you're serious about your growth and your boundaries. You're not alone in this. Many others are making the same choice to protect their peace first, no matter what. Stay clear, stay real, and keep shining.